Ladies and gentlemen, and of course, bears, we have some very exciting news. It's now morning. So for all those hibernating and waiting around for the sun to show up, it has. But this bearific event is going to have some interesting drawbacks for those bears who thought they were ready to handle the heat of the kitchen. Let's start with the TV world, a place near and dear to my very heart. Laharl's bit off a little more than he can chew, and the heroes are trying their very best to make headway in the fog. With the shaky Emil as their leader, things are bound to be tough, but I'm sure they can grin and bear it. It's not like they've noticed the passage of time anyway. Next up is the city on everyone's minds, Neo Domino. Of course, they barely have the bare minimum to face the giant robots attacking their city. But the sun's just now coming up, and they're still kicking. A bear's got to give credit where credit is due. Not a bit of headway has been made since the time the sun rose. Challengers in this firefight are able to make a beeline for another city if they really can't bear with the consequences. Zaphius, yet another city getting all of your love, has had a rather bittersweet victory. The very sexy black lady has made a getaway with card ejector in tow, leaving Soma high and dry, with a bear Zerk Subaru on the prowl. At least Zaphius got its energy back. His fangs are bared, and the battle is now on. It's a Subaru versus the city of Zaphius. Who are you placing your bets on? The next city up for Clauser inspection is Lumios. The outbreak at the hospital has ended, the mysterious assailants vanishing like bears for hibernation. Shulk has returned to a hospital in chaos. Doctors and nurses scrambling, barely making sense to passers-by. But it seems they've lost a burn victim. The only proof of foul play is a very beloved Nurse Capri lying in a dried husk on the patient's floor. Very gruesome, don't you think? The devious Dio and his berry band have returned to Cafe Lysander, where a doppelganger, disguised as a familiar challenger, is waiting for them. Ari Kennymon and Mummymon have gone to sniff out some ramen, while Dio and Adachi are very interested in having a discussion with this bear trooper, in the basement and out of earshot of their little cub Mythos. Now for a location that most of you haven't dreamed of visiting, the Northern Ruins. The bearific battle between the Spartas and the Crystal has drawn to a close, Dante emerging victorious against the beasts that kept standing back up. The poor Dante has exhausted all of his energy to do so, and has even lost a very precious thing in the chaos, his brother. Virgil was picked up by two shadowy figures while Dante was giving it a bear-tastic 100% against the beasts that night. Another fight coming to a close is the battle between Aqua, Chibitarasu, Isun, and Sei against the barely challenging paramedic doppelganger. This was obviously a both claws behind their back victory, as the group has rescued Martha and the paramedic, who were very much in danger. Now for that new city, New Haven City. If my cards are to be bear-leaved, they have managed to get their claws on a chaos gate. When Inaba had its little disappearing spell, the inhabitants of Megacat City and Lumios barreled in for the save. New Haven City is now ready for action and able to visit any of the other cities at their leisure. All of the cities that weren't claw-deep in battle are aware that Inaba has pulled off a reappearing act. Luckily, they don't have to bear through building yet another Chaos Gate for them while they're refilling them in. Last but not least, the Planeteers are back from their hibernation on Angel Island. They are on a mission that I'm very sure they'll be trying to act on as soon as they rub the sleep out of their eyes. Were you as surprised as I was? I very well hope so. Don't forget, everyone gets the chance to switch things up. Anyone may arrive in a new city with their claws sharpened. If there's a group that wasn't covered, please don't hesitate to ask the bear posting this message, and we'll give you some bearific assistance. That's all for now. Have fun, everyone!